Captain Kevin will come this way and join Reverend Peg, and then turn around and lead all the children out of the church for a special Easter program. High school students are welcome to help with the project if they would like. Let us go forth. Lo, this is our God. We have waited for him, says Isaiah. So we proclaim, and so we have come to believe, says St. Paul. In the name of Christ alive. Amen. From death to life, from certitude to fidelity. What brings you here this Easter morn? Is it your fidelity or is it your certitude? It is the God of fidelity, is it? Or is it the God of certitude that we serve with that proclamation which provides the axis, the hub, the core of Easter? Is it primarily with fidelity? Or is it more with certitude that we shout out, Alleluia, Christ is risen, the Lord is risen indeed, Alleluia. The Christian faithful around the world gather today to voice again those words, the words that express our absolute core, the core of the faith of Christendom. The rest of the world, when it bothers to respond, voices the question, a fair and logical question. What makes you think so? How do you come to be so assured that what you say today is real? Lo, this is our God. We have waited for him. So we proclaim, and so you have come to believe. Lo, what makes us a faithful people? And what do we know for certain about the reality we celebrate this morning? Let me ask you first, what do you know for certain about the people you love the very most? For certain. I say, and I say it is enough, that what you know with absolute certitude about the people you love is simply this: they are the people you love. And I say that this certitude resides within you, and it is enough that it resides there. The rest is what matters. The rest is fidelity. Fidelity. Fidelity, says Walter Brueggemann, is like having a teenager in the house, and you never get it settled for more than 3 minutes. And you've got to keep doing it again and again, or you don't have a relationship with a teenager. Relating to a teenager, or relating to any human being, or relating to God for that matter, at least as a Christian, is not primarily about certitude. It is primarily about fidelity. Lo, this is our God. We have waited for him, says Isaiah, and Paul reminds us, so we proclaim, and so you have come to believe. know this: the God of certitude is about control. The God of fidelity is about trust and about risk. The clash of religions is based upon certitude and requires those who are certain to repel the others who do not conform to their certitude. Religion that requires certitude must repel the others. Religion based upon fidelity has the possibility, at least the possibility, of welcoming others, whoever they are, whatever they believe. Again, the words of Walter Brueggemann: we all have a hunger for certitude, and the problem is that the gospel is not about certitude, it's about fidelity. Sadly, what we all want to do, if we can, is immediately transpose fidelity into certitude, because fidelity is a complex relational category, and certitude is a simple mechanical category. So we have to acknowledge our thirst for certitude, and then recognize that if you had all the certitudes in the world, it would not make the quality of your life any better. What we must have is fidelity, says Brueggemann. Certitude is so attractive because it is an end game. You get to get there. Fidelity is ongoing and without conclusion. Certitude is independent, and we so very much desire independence. That's what the country is all about. Fidelity is dependent, and yet to be human, to be Christian, I would say, we so very much need to depend upon the others, to depend upon the other. Stanley Gretz writes, Christian truth is more than correct doctrine, for at the heart of Christianity is a personal encounter. Propositions may serve that encounter, but the map is not the territory. The map is not the territory. And the menu is not the meal, and the book is not the author, and the Bible is not God. It is not the Almighty. It is not the all-loving God. Maps, menus, books, and the Bible lead us somewhere, lead us to someone. Throughout the history of religion, the God of certitude is the God regularly allied with dominant power. This God is beyond criticism, dare not criticize, metes out rewards and punishments, blessings and curses. This God's minions know what is right. This God is beyond criticism, and his domination allows for no slippage, no ambiguity, no uncertainty, and no forgiveness. That is, no grace. This God creates inquisitors to test and to enforce conformity. This God creates hooded executioners who behead the opposition, the infidels. It is from the God of certitude that all violence erupts. Certitude not only gives permission for violence, it requires violence to assert its authority über alles. The God of certitude demands religious orthodoxy. It declares we only are right, everyone else is wrong. Certitude that intends to silence, even to obliterate, all alternatives. By well-intentioned and very, very good people, but in a tradition of a God of certitude, a one true religion, I was raised, as were many of you. Yet even within those faith traditions, the God of fidelity has come to save us, to redeem us. How? By grace. Only the God of fidelity can possibly offer grace, along with those annoying little gnats of ambiguity and uncertainty. Thank God. Thank God. Here is the frightening reality expressed in Psalm 115. The God you worship is the person you become. In Psalm 115, the God of certitude has eyes but can't see, has ears but can't hear, has hands but can't feel. If you worship a God of certitude, you become a person of certitude. You become a person who must dominate, who allows for no slippage, no ambiguity, no uncertainty, and no forgiveness. That is, you become a person of absolutely no grace. God help you. In stark contrast to the gods that occupy the seats of religious orthodoxy, the God of Easter morn is a God of fidelity, who is self-assured enough not to highly value certitude, who asserts that the true values of life are relational. The God of fidelity, the Christ of the empty tomb, wants a relationship with you. If you are a Christian in relationship to and with fidelity to God, then regardless of the completeness of your certitude, fidelity unflinchingly shouts today from all the steeples of Christendom, Christ is risen. The Lord is risen indeed. Alleluia. How do you know that? How do you know that? Lo, this is our God. We have waited for him. We have waited for him since the first of Lent, and since the very first Lent. So we proclaim, and so you have come to believe that Christ is risen, that the Lord is risen indeed. Hallelujah. And very early on the first day of the week, the women went to the tomb to anoint the body of Jesus with spices. But the angel told them, he is risen. He's not here. And the faithful women did not ask, are you sure? In the name of Christ alive, amen.